It's going to be Halifa Nua jumping center against Rafael Castro. Georgetown gets the tap, and we're underway from the Smith Center. Malik Mack from Harvard gets the back door. It's knocked out of bounds by Castro. They tried an alley-oop on the first play, but Castro was watching it.
And remember, Mack, before going to play for Tom Amick, was a St. John's high school player. Really good player. Look, to see Garrett out here, how exciting is that, Byron? You're around this program.
First time since February 2024 getting to play an actual basketball game. He's been through so much, and excited to have him back with the Revs.
Love his sleeve. Got a sleeve tattoo with his
steal for Garrett Johnson. He'll take it down the floor, spins and reverse layup is good, and the Revs are on the board first. It looks good to me there, Jimmy. The big steal and the two.
I've always liked Garrett. He does a lot of little things, but he knows how to finish.
That is Deshaun Harris, and a steal by Castro. Castro drives, leans in, missed it, and the recovery is good by Halifa Nua.
Yeah, Halifa Nua, he's bigger than I thought. He's a real 7-footer.
So 2 quick steals to begin for the Revs defense. Marshall goes down, pass inside to Deshaun Harris-Smith. That shot is no good. Offensive rebound, 3-pointer from the right side is good from Malik Mack.
Can't leave him that open. That lefty's going to make that shot.
There's a look at Christian Jones. Goes all the way through and finishes through the defense to give GW the lead again. Could be a big year for Christian Jones as well.
Hey, great last year. There's a reason he was all league. This year he's voted second team. Got a pro game. That's what I love about him. Can't hit the shooter. You hit him.
Flipped Malik Mack there as he went by, and it's a foul against GW. Here's a look at Ed Cooley coming over from Providence. This is his 3rd season, 361 career victories.
I love Ed. Was on the recruiting trail when I was working for Gary Williams. He was with Al Skinner. We both ran the flex. And me, him, and Nick Cronin and a few others used to pal around. And then all of a sudden, Ed took the Fairfield job. I was at Loyola. He built Fairfield. And then he went home to Providence. And I was surprised he went to Georgetown, but you know what he said? I can win the national championship at Georgetown. No offense to Providence. This is a national job. I want to come here and rebuild it. Yep. So good for him. Just like Chris Caputo wanted to come back here because he saw how great of an area he was when he was at George Mason. But for Ed Cooley to come over here and play, this is the most Cooley-like team he's had. Love his assistants. Brian Blaney's one of my guys.
Jason Williford.
Jason, who's wonderful at Virginia. You know, Coach Battle, but
Greg Colucci is his general manager.
Greg Colucci,
who played here at GW.
Who played here at the GMs. Everybody has one now. And the whole thing about this is Ed's putting his real stamp on this program now.
Malik Mack, St. John's College High School, hits the free throws there. The Hoyas with a little bit of pressure from Mack in the backcourt. Jones against Mack. What a matchup this will be in this exhibition. Doesn't feel like an exhibition, feels like a real thing.
You asked me, Byron, what the difference is like practice to exhibitions. You saw Mack, you know, picking him up half court. You saw Mack activating the ball. See Christian Jones drives and there's somebody at the baseline. That's the difference about these games.
Caleb Williams will go down the right side to hand back to Mack. Castro's out there on him. The 3-pointer for Harris-Smith is no good, and the rebound for the Revs. Trey Autry hands off to Garrett. Floats it down low, and Castro ducks it home! Over Halifa Nua. Thank you very much.
He's going to rim run like the Kansas Bill Self, Roy Williams rim run. That's what Castro does. But of course, Garrett gets him the ball in the right place at the right time, and Castro finishes. Ed Cooley will sub on that play.
This is a look at KJ Lewis, a transfer from Arizona. There's the trap. Malik Mack floats it in the corner. Open is Williams for 3. Rims out, Garrett the rebound.
That's 3 left-handers they have playing right there. That's 3 left-handers out there shooting. Those are hard to guard for the Hoyas.
Tyrone Marshall Jr. from the free throw line kicks it back out for Autry 3. Too hard. Johnson battles for the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball between him and Harris-Smith, and we've reached a chance for substitutions. Look at this. Roger Ayers, Clarence Armstrong, and Mike Milione.
Great pass, catch, dunk. Yeah, I love Clarence and Roger. They came over. Of course, Mike's younger. Terry Warmer passed away, a very long-time legendary official. Did his last game with Roger in the NCAA. That's what everybody's talking about. Terry Warmer was a wonderful man, great referee. R.I.P., brother.
And that's our first substitution for Boo Boo Benjamin getting a chance. And Marshall saves it from going out of bounds. Autry gets it to Castro.
See, Autry's just going to
surprised he didn't lay that up. Yeah,
just lay that up.
A little too unselfish here, but he did draw the foul. Here's Chris Caputo. Caputo now 52 and 46, his 4th year.
Really put his
for the Revs.
Really, and Byron, you've been on this program a long time. Chris really put his stamp on this. Him and Julie, love his wife. Kept his staff intact. Okay, that's a really big thing. He kept guys that he recruited that got good in Trey and Castro and Christian. Christian, of course, redshirted. People should understand that out there. It's okay. His stamp last year on this program, the way Ed Cooley's going to this year, now he's taking the next step. Love the Florida game in a neutral site. South Florida, and you going, taking a 3-game set down in the Caymans. AU's coming back on the schedule. Byron, give us your quick thoughts on Chris Caputo's evolution.
Yeah, there seems to be a patience in the way he's doing things. And as you said, getting better every year, adding all these double-figure scores. Another big from Northwestern, Luke Hunger, not a double-figure score, but certainly very valuable, just came into the game. That pass is intended for Vince Iwuchekwu, who just came in, a 7-footer, and it goes out of bounds back to the Revs. But also, Jean Arenguren is in for the first time. You mentioned him from Hofstra getting a chance. Multiple lineups from Caputo. As we said, 23 to 28 different lineups against Temple. Going to try to mix and match and see who flows the best together.
Yeah, look, this is a work in progress. It's all about the A-10, which doesn't start till December 31st. Look, Jean Arenguren can really play. They call him JC. Nice
there is a nice up and under move from Tyrone Marshall Jr. He got the room. And he got the two-handed Thunder Jam.
Thunder Jam. We're back, Byron. Yeah, he can really, that's what he's going to do. He's a foreman that can finish. But Jean from Hofstra can really play. I saw him a lot in the CAA. He's a really good player. He brings a lot of experience. He's kind of a just competitive, tough guy. Like he knows how to switch. He knows how to dog, Mac up full court, makes him get it to his right, going to his right. Like he knows what he's doing, Jean, which I love.
That 3 from Mac is late. Bubu Benjamin with a one-handed alley-oop attempt. Rims out, and Malik the other way. 3-pointer for Caleb Williams splashes home, and we're even up.
That's what you got to watch for. Look, the 3-point. GW seems to have the momentum. No, they don't. It's a tie game because they hit 2 3-pointers.
Yep, that's a 5-point swing. A good steal there from KJ Lewis. He anticipated the pass to Autry. It'll be a foul on Autry and GW. We've got a timeout on the floor.
KJ Lewis from Arizona. He's the most intriguing guy to me.
Both these two doing a great job of recruiting. There's a dunk from Marshall. We're even at 9. First time out at Smith Center in this Big X basketball. That'll be Caleb Williams to trigger in. That's Bubu Benjamin, number 8, near the A-10 logo. 3-quarter court pressure from Garrett Johnson. Jeremiah Williams, substitution for first time, brings it up. The handoff for Williams, Caleb Williams. Pressure. Feeding is KJ Lewis. The floater with the right hand's too hard. Johnson taps it back to Lewis. 3-pointer top of the key is good for the Hoyas. Caleb Williams.
Our friend from Sidwell Friends, but you got to get back on D.
There is Bubu Benjamin driving to the baseline for the dunk. And yep, can't sleep on that. Cuts it to 1.
Bubu Benjamin more athletic than I thought. I knew that Tyrone Marshall was that athletic, but Bubu Benjamin showing some quick ups.
There's a drive inside. The turnaround layup is good for KJ Lewis. See his Arizona skill there.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. My friend Martin Bahar, who does all the games around the country. Look, when you find these guys, they might not have been the stars on their team, but they played at Arizona and St. John's and USC and Baylor. They played in really big games in
Luke
really tough
Hunger,
situations.
the backdoor pass to Arenguren, and it's stripped away by the Hoyas.
Yeah, JC's got to finish that one.
And we stop the clock. We have a foul away from the ball inside. It might be Luke Hunger there trying to establish positioning. Look at the elevation from Bubu Benjamin. He had 31 starts last year from Tarleton State. 6'7" out of Alberta and Medicine Hat. So Hoyas will take over. That's already the 3rd team foul against GW. Out of the corner, the 3 out the corner is no good. Garrett Johnson, a good box out, rips it away for the board. Overplay, taking advantage as Christian Jones floats it up and in.
That's why
Castro thought it was an alley-oop.
The weight room has served Christian Jones straight, and I always say he's got a little James Harden in his game. You just saw that there, the floater with the right hand. can switch hands, knows how to get in the paint. Really good player.
That one is tapped out by Castro again and racing up. How about this pace from GW? Christian Jones fighting through a screen there is Isaiah Abraham. Another local product. Boo Boo showing some skill from the outside, misses that one, and the tap rebound inside is going to be over the back.
Great hustle, but over the back. Now this is where if Boo Boo can make that, that's his next progression, and that's what you want to find out. Everybody's going to want to shoot the threes to a degree. Caleb Williams has shown a lot of confidence. He's gotten better from year 1 to 2 on Georgetown.
Tony Taylor just walked by, haven't seen him in a long time.
Grab.
Tosh Turner, an assistant who played at Louisville, also was at GW during the NIT championship.
Played at Louisville.
Mike Bray, we mentioned. Stretch was here yesterday. Akingbola.
Oh, Babatunde, the block, the shot block. Man, we were here when he broke the record.
Chock full of stars of yesteryear and today here at GW.
Tony Taylor, we tried to get him. Me and Brian Blaney,
yep.
assistant at
smooth shooter.
Blaney tried his hardest.
Playmaker.
It was the head coach. It's my fault. No, he just came and played here because it was a bigger school. We had him at Loyola, but Stepanak's turned into a national power. Let me tell you, the first great player Stepanak really had. It wasn't Timmy O'Toole, the assistant. It was Tony Taylor. I'm joking. Timmy O'Toole's our friend, but Stepanak is like a top 10 program now. And that's just one of those things where, like, the Cooley staff knows where to go to get players. Caputo and his staff. Because you're going to get these guys second time around. It doesn't matter where you are. Guys are going to change schools 2 or 3 times in their career. It's just the way it is.
This is Jeremiah Williams. The handoff for Kayvon Mulready. That is Halifa Nua. Mulready dials up a 3 and splashes it home. Got good range.
The Hoyas is shooting it better from 3 than I thought.
4 of 9 for the Hoyas, 0 for 2 for GW. Leaning in as Dinkins got pushed to the back. They're going to call that one. Clarence Armstrong has the call. But I was excited watching Trey Dinkins in practice yesterday and what he can bring with all the experience. He's an all-conference second-team selection. Cardinal O'Hara. Canisius started his career at Duquesne last year. And he can be that type of player because he has so much A-10 experience, really help his team.
Yeah, he was on GW Coach's show. Talked about O'Hara at junior college to Canisius to Duquesne to here. And that's okay. He brings a lot of experience, but he can shoot the ball.
Castro would love to have that one back. Just inside it, rims out.
See, double team. That's the opposite guard double teaming for George Washington there.
Another 3, Mulready feeling it, but doesn't get that one to front rim.
Ty Bevins shot it good during fantasy camp. Look at that throw.
Ty Bevins gets it outside. Dinkins from Kogan Plaza misses that one.
The 21st Amendment will show our age.
There you go.
I think that Ty Bevins is going to play minutes because he's tall. It's his second year, and he can shoot the ball well. See, they're doubling
Backdoor
the post.
pass inside for Abraham.
They're doubling the post too early, therefore they're going to give up layups.
They'll see that on film, but this is why exhibitions are so important against good teams. Garrett Johnson step back 3, too hard. Abraham from Paul VI gets the rebound.
You don't have to double till he starts to dribble. Because you're giving the offense. Look at that, just scrambling out. The defense is scrambling too much right now.
And there's Caleb out of the corner, in and out. Off of the 7-footer out of bounds. Another media timeout at 11:55. These 4 minutes won by Mac here. In the first 8 minutes on a sold-out Smith Center Saturday night. I had people texting me, I just came up to get tickets. They're sold out. I can't get in.
Gotta get in. Gotta buy season tickets.
Gotta buy season tickets.
It's a bargain, by the way. So a little 2-1-2, 3-quarter court with no trap by Georgetown just to create pace and to not let what? Because everybody knows Coach Caputo and GW is very good at half-court offenses. Takes them out of that.
Mike Bray, GW grad, 1982. Atlanta Hawks assistant coach. Notre Dame all those years. Delaware, Duke, DeMatha.
Yes.
He's going to join us.
Mike Baker's with Jack Bruin. To ask more of that, Mike Baker just passed away. Very famous bar they worked at after bingo on Friday nights. That's the DC DMV coaching fraternity. You grind it through. You're lucky to be part of it, and you end up in good places. Mike Bray, the greatest guy we know.
Tyrone Marshall Jr. is back at the lineup. Bounces it out to Autry. Castro with 10 on the shot clock. Autry fires at 3. Good defense in the corner for the Hoyas.
And you got to match up in transition here.
Driving all the way through his Williams, and Castro just rips it out of the air. The block and the rebound at the same time. Tyrone Marshall Jr. 3. Side rimmed it.
Wish he took that to the
still
basket.
looking for their first three-pointer. Jeremiah will settle it down. Jaden Fort for Iwu Chekwu. That's Moretti. Tyrone Marshall trying to force him to the left. Scoop pass over to Jeremiah Williams. And he'll drive all the way through for the lay-in. Largest lead.
Tough move. See, you asked me who can learn what from this. GW has to learn. This is the Big East basketball. They're ready. They got something to prove. They're part of a comeback story too. You know, they're trying to revive that program.
They already got to play in the Global Jam in Canada. They beat Brazil and Japan in Toronto. They've had some experience with international basketball this off-season.
And you know how important it is. Byron, look, you've been around this a long time, whether it's the Nuggets at UVA. Well, hey, you have 20 years here at GW. And all those little games start to add up, but it's about January and February.
Luke Hunger and Moretti. No one's going to let go of the basketball. They got to be careful. It's an exhibition. The guys are still holding on. They want to be the last one to hold on to the basketball.
Hey,
and now Clarence Armstrong and Roger Ayers come in.
Luke Hunger played.
Big Ten.
Luke Hunger played for Northwestern in the Big Ten. He'll get his back. He knows what's going on. He's played against the Purdue's and the Michigan States.
Man,
Chris
Collins.
I love it.
Like, I'm not going to be the last one to let go of this basketball. 10:37 left in the first half. A little bit of a drought here for GW. Scoreless in the last 3:38. Moretti gets the call for the personal foul. That's the fourth team against the Hoyas.
Worcester Academy, which has put out tons of players, going back to the Don Nelson years. That's where Moretti's from. But I like his feistiness and toughness. He wants playing time, too.
Aaron Gurren will drive the right side. Jean kicks it out for Hunger. He'll fire up a three-pointer. Side rim it, no. And the long rebound out to Boo Boo Benjamin. Down in the corner, driving is Aaron Gurren. Back to Boo Boo. They'll set it up. Luke Hunger works his way to the right side. Looks at the back door for Aaron Gurren. 4 on the shot clock. Kicks it over for Boo Boo Benjamin. The three is short.
Yeah, the three's just, I don't want to say stop taking them because that would be, silly because you need them in today's modern game, but maybe take a few more twos first.
Malik Mack in rhythm.
He looks better. He struggled last year, in my opinion, in his transfer year from Harvard. Ivy League, very good, not the Big East. He looks better. He looks better.
Driving is Aaron Gurren all the way through, lost the ball out of bounds, back to the Hoyas. Smothering defense from Georgetown. Substitutions, mass substitutions. Trey Dinkins, Christian Jones, and Slim coming back in for the Rebs.
Yeah, Matt's my most surprised, and I knew he was a good player. I'm not saying that at all. I watched him play Harvard, Yale. I watched him at St. John's. Under control, stronger, confident. He's going to have a good year. That's my first assessment of today.
Jones will float it into Castro. He'll kick it out for Dinkins. Sets his feet. Three-pointer. First one of the night for George Washington. And that's the kind of experience coming away from Duquesne that he's going to bring to this Rebs squad. Nice double pick there from Georgetown. The kick out is good. That is no good, though, by Lewis. Big rebound is tapped out. 4-on-2 potential. Dinkins NBA three-pointer off the glass and in. It counts. Delman Library for Trey Dinkins from downtown.
It's 23-19. Shooters know how to make those shots. You think it's lucky bank shot, but he's a good shooter, so they tend to go in.
Driving outside for Jaden Fort. Mid-range jumper is an air ball for Iwu Chekwu. The long rebound out to Boo Boo Dinkins. Oh, on the heat check. Kicks it out for Boo Boo. He sets his feet. Three. In and out.
It's a good look, too. But he had the big coming at him. Boo Boo had the big.
Marshall Jr. battles for it, and it's off of Georgetown. That's why you don't give up on rebounds. The coach is going to love showing that. It's not a 50-50, but he finds a way to get the ball back. Here's Dinkins for three off the glass and in.
We like
it still
that.
Counts.
I still think when Uwachukwu, who was at USC, the Southern Cal USC, and then St. John's, He's come here to find his third chance. He's got to listen to Ed Cooley. No threes, dominate inside, try to become an inside player. But when he came flying out, I want to see Castro or someone drive the ball by him. They got to
Big
get
steal,
back.
Harris, from Malik Mack. The alley-oop and above the rim. There you go. Iwu Chekwu making up for lost time.
That's what he should do. Not shoot threes. Take it to the rim run.
After 3 misses, the Hoyas are back in business. Christian Jones kicks it back outside. Dinkins, a long three-pointer again. And he's in a flow coming off.
That's why they brought him here. I said he's not
run.
just old. He can shoot the ball.
9-4 run for GW. Another three-pointer from the big man. Ball's loose on the floor, and it'll be a rebound foul against, looks like, Christian Jones for GW. Both teams battling on the boards. Each team with 13 rebounds. Timeout on the floor at 7-4-7. A dunk for the Hoyas. They have a three, but this doesn't feel like an exhibition game, Mike. This feels like the real deal.
That's what's great for these kids, to be in this atmosphere in their first dress rehearsal. I think is just fabulous that they now allow these exhibition games to be open to the public. It's just, again, a great atmosphere. And 2 teams that can really defend. I mean, I'm so impressed with the athletic ability defensively on both sides.
Boo Boo Benjamin up and under trying to once again, but Castro can't handle the low feed. And Boo Boo again staying with the play. He's from Tarleton State. I like the energy he's bringing to GW.
He really is. I'm impressed. I'm so impressed with the job that he's done here. I mean, they've got good momentum. They've got good energy again. This is a great basketball spot, George Washington University, and I think we've got great momentum going again.
We're talking to you off air with the Atlanta Hawks now as an assistant in the NBA, and you joke with me, all I have to worry about is basketball now, right?
I tell you what, I haven't had to make a recruiting call, or no one's asked me about NIL in 3 years. It's been nice. The NBA is neat because it is all B-ball. Now, 82 games compared to 30 has been an adjustment for me, but I've enjoyed it. The ability level and the skill level of the guys in that league blows my mind.
Do they listen to you? Do they listen to you?
You know, everyone asked me that after year one, and I have found that no different than the kids I had at Notre Dame or Delaware, they want to be coached. They want to be coached hard. It's their craft, and they are amazingly coachable. It was very refreshing to be in that atmosphere.
When you walk back on the campus here at GW, does it bring back some memories of when you were here?
It does. I was hoping the GW Deli was open across the street because I still got my turkey and Swiss order, you know, in the back of my mind. I'd pick it up, I'd come down, I'd sit up in the bleachers and eat before practice. My mother was a swimming coach here while I was an undergrad, so, you know, my dad got his master's from here. We're a GW family, so very cool to be back in Foggy Bottom.
And this place, as you can see tonight, is quite a home court advantage. I remember when Tony Bennett and UVA came in here in 2015, and you know, this, as you mentioned, the natatorium is right next door, so the humidity can affect you a little bit, and it's a bandbox sometimes.
It is a bandbox. My last game I was part of was Delaware. We played Siena, and then we played GW in a tournament here. Oh,
ball's knocked away. Hustle. Both teams are hustling. That is Jaden Fort. He'll go in. They're letting him play. Roger Ayers, Clarence Armstrong, and Mike Milione, and that's a three from the outside. Nobody boxed him out. Malik Mack gets it inside. It's blocked away. It's blocked away again by Castro. Shot clock says 13. The hustle on defense. But you got to get a rebound, too. A trap in the corner. That's Jaden Fort. That's setting his feet is KJ Lewis. In and out. Tyrone Marshall Jr. finally the rebound. Trey Dinkins. A lot of adrenaline flowing for Trey in his first game with GW coming over from Duquesne. KJ Lewis in and out, and the rebound inside is good. Basket will count for Seal Dujuf. And Georgetown has a chance for a three-point play. But, you know, looking back at your career, obviously with DeMatha and all the great players that have come from that great institution, I'm sure you have memories of some of the players from those times as well.
I was so fortunate to play for Morgan Wooten at DeMatha. Then I went back when I finished here in '82, coached the JV, taught U.S. history, and was his assistant. And just, you know, a great training ground to be back.
Did you learn a lot from Wooten and
I really
style?
did.
Yeah.
He was a teacher. He was an educator. I played for him and then coached with him. And I was just so lucky. And then my best players at Delaware, Mike Pegues, a DeMatha kid, and Jaron Grant out at Notre Dame. DeMatha guys have been good to me in my coaching career.
Yeah, that's a nice connection to have. And both those players were so fun to watch, Mike, as you were coaching them over the years. Now, when do the Hawks start? Do they start this week?
22nd on Wednesday. We got the Raptors, and we're out of the gate. And then two on the road. So 82 games start up. Here we go.
Yep.
And it's an amazing journey. But it's and what I'm amazed at, an NBA game, how long it is, 48 minutes. I'm in this college game, and I'm like, man, this game's moving pretty quick. I've been around the NBA game. It's 3 hours, 48 minutes.
They take those television timeouts.
Long TV. Yeah. But you
but
got a lot of.
The Hawks are going to be good, right?
I think we got a chance to make the jump because we made some moves this summer. The East is open. The East has had some injuries, right? Boston, Indianapolis.
The Knicks are a little different.
Yeah, so we got a chance to make a move out of the play-in. We've been in the play-in the last couple of years, and so Porzingis, Alexander Walker, Luke Kennard. I think that's a foul. Come on, man.
Yeah, they're definitely letting them play here to begin this game, but good hustle to keep that possession. Yeah, Porzingis has reinvented himself over the years, and to see what he can do at the level that he can play.
Got to keep him healthy, but he's so gifted, and I think Trae Young is excited to learn how to play with somebody like this. He's never really had somebody like this to play with in Atlanta, and I think it's been neat to watch the two of them. Great cut.
Great steal inside as well. Both teams elite defense here to begin the first 15 minutes. Jeremiah Williams off the pick and roll. Back outside for KJ Lewis. There's Jones out to trap. Into the corner, Malik Mack bouncing off of Marshall. Great ball movement by the Hoyas. Trapped down low. Driving inside is Caleb Williams, and he's able to finish. So that's 5 in a row from the Hoyas. But I just imagine, you know, your times at Delaware and Notre Dame, a lot of times they're just secret scrimmages where you just go for a quarter or two, and then sometimes you'll play a full game, but it depends, right?
We always played around when you do game situations.
Okay.
There was no one in the building, which I thought, you know, hurt the atmosphere. But you'd play maybe 3 20-minute halves, or you'd play game situations. And I should say, you did get stuff out of it, but I don't think there's anything like playing with the crowd. You got your uniform on.
Castro with a block.
Great defense.
And a steal back for Georgetown. There's a three, and it is good for Caleb Williams, and he's showing a hot hand. Ed Cooley's done a nice job acquiring some talent as well.
No question. He really has. Remember him from his Providence days when we were back in the Big East together. He's a mover, shaker, hustler. You'd want your son to play for him. But the same with Chris Caputo. You know, your kind of guys you'd send your son to them, and you know they'd be really handled the right way. Great pass.
Long three-pointer is going to be short. Easy rebound for Diouf. Malik Mack is fouled. And that'll get us to immediate timeout. Mike, so great to hang
Great to be with you, man.
Good luck this season with the Hawks.
Thank you, buddy.
Welcome back to GW.
Good to be back in the city.
That is Mike Bray, legendary coach and alumnus time here at GW.
Look, GW basketball has to finish this half strong with 3 minutes to go. Because while we're having fun and it's a great environment, and you know how this goes, Byron, the environment, the fun and all that, but now it's basketball and you're down 9. You've let them have too many open looks from the 3. Their depth is matching your depth, and they do have experience playing other games, you know, like you said, up in Canada, playing Brazil, etc. But right here, I want to see GW finish with a little bit of a strong, cut this down to 5 or 6.
Yeah, Max had a good half. Caleb Williams has had a good half, and here comes a little pressure from the Hoyas. Trey Autry over to Trey Dinkins. They break the press. Autry back in the corner. Marshall thinks about it out there against the 7-footer.
See, that's when
posting up his hunger.
The three-point line gets you in trouble. You don't have to worry about the three if you're Marshall. Just drive that ball and score.
And the shot clock, for some reason, reset. I don't think the ball ever hit the rim. So Roger Ayers notices that, and they put it back to 11.
Roger Ayers, Final Four ref.
It was a great exchange. You said a couple times he went over to talk to Mike Perez.
Well, he was the Terry Warmer thing has really touched a lot of lives. Clarence and him all worked together. Like I said, but he worked in the last game, one of Caputo's last games during that Miami run. But, you know, we've said this before, the referees have a great community. 9 out of 10 of them are doing it because they love the game. And it's just
Trey Autry, a three-pointer from the right side, and that's a big one for GW. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Out of the out-of-bounds play. See, that's what you want. You want to
almost
execute.
a 2-possession game. My mathematics is not good. 7.
That's all right. Out-of-bounds play execution is key. Those are situations that are tough to simulate, as you said, Byron. Those out-of-bounds key situations. Cut it from 10 to 7.
The floater inside by the 7-footer is no good. That is Halifa Nua. Another rebound for GW. They have 20 boards. Trey Autry, the three, top of the key.
Good luck.
A little bit short. Hunger taps it back out to him. Garrett Johnson. 2 minutes left of the half. This is a big possession. Tyrone Marshall Jr. leans in, floats with the right hand, and got it to go. How about the body control from Marshall?
How about the tip out by Hunger? See, those are things as coaches I look for. Hunger kept that alive by tipping it out. Then the post feed to Marshall, scores on the post up.
Now it's a 2-possession game. Caleb Williams. Halifa Nua. Step back by Malik Mack. Wow, that's an NBA shot.
That's just, he's gotten better. And that's all I can say. Him and Caleb Williams are going to be a problem in the Big East for other teams to guard.
Hunger has it into the front court. Marshall over to Trey Dinkins. Hunger looking down low. Dinkins through the screen. He'll fire. He's crushed and no call. Wow. A minute left in the half. Malik Mack, great pass inside to the big man. Halifa Nua, easy too. For timeout for Coach. Classes on Monday, of course, not tomorrow. I always feel like it's the middle of the week.
That's because you're doing so many sports, including Major League Baseball, which we'll talk about later.
Washington Spirit at 12:30, GW at 6 o'clock. It's been a busy day.
Spirit of drawing crowds, I hear.
Almost 200,000 this year, which was a team record.
Sports
and they're the second seed in the NWSL, so yeah, they're doing great.
Well, what happens is that's why this is such a competitive area for the fan base, and Ed Cooley's learning that. There isn't like one team like in Providence to go to the games. In other words, you have to win, you have to be exciting, and because there's 10 things to choose from in
Trey
TNV.
Dinkins off the screen from Castro, fadeaway 3. Draws a little bit of iron, and the rebound for Jeremiah Williams. The Georgetown defense has been up to the task.
It is, and I think Dinkins is really good, but he's taking a couple of tough shots.
Dinkins 3 for 7, all from outside the arc. Shot clock, game clock, about 4-second diff. That's a look from Caleb Williams into the 7-footer. Did not hear the horn, but
they
went
got it.
off.
Clarence
it should have been a shot clock violation, and Roger Ayers was on it. And they should reset the clock to about 4 seconds, not 3.3. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Should be over 4 seconds left if they're calling a shot clock violation.
Nice
Castro
pass.
Inside to Autry. Off the glass at the horn. And GW does make it a 2-possession game with